Supriya, quick word. Nalin Kohli says that this is a very non-sophisticated way of attempting a hack. Let's assume that somebody in government was indeed attempting it. Now, 21 people, largely from the opposition, have come out and said that their phones were hacked into or attempted to be hacked into. Now, how do all those people get attacked by whatever sophisticated state actor this is around the same time? Even if the government were to say, want to hack you, Mallikarjun Kharge, Mahua Mitro, anybody, Priyanka Chaturvedi, they would do it over the months and set it up one by one. It's highly unlikely that they'll have 21 phishing attacks or 21 hack attacks will happen at the same time. That just sounds very basic. It doesn't sound like a sophisticated operator at play.
This isn't a sophisticated government to begin with. But I have a very simple point to ask both you and Mr. Kohli here. If you got a similar message on your phone, or if somebody at home did, and especially if a woman did, and it said that you could be under a state-sponsored attack and they could have access to your phones, your cameras and your microphones, what would you do?
What have you done since?
You just turn on the bed the
no, so what have you done? Tell our viewers, what have you done, Supriya?
Listen to me. Or would you be worried? Please. Don't interrupt me. You have not interrupted him once. Don't interrupt me. Let me finish my argument. What would you do? Would you turn around on the bed and sleep the other side? No, you would not. You would want to bring it up in public domain because it took us a while to understand what was happening. And when we took it up in the public domain, we expect the government of India to responsibly respond. The government of India is holding a 4-month-old statement of Apple and trying to hide behind it. I asked a simple question. Mr. Vaishnav said there sitting, he's the MEITY minister, he said there sitting that we are going to involve CERT-In. CERT-In had already issued an advisory and a warning on the 27th of October. The government of India didn't seem to know about it 4 days later. And he's talking about their involvement. He's talking about roping them in, which tells you how this government functions. Maybe Mr. Vaishnav doesn't know a thing about snooping here because maybe his higher masters are doing it. But the reality, Rahul, is that if you expect us as responsible citizens to be quiet because somebody is going to say we are clumsy and we are pawns, that's not going to happen. And if anybody thinks that by doing this we are not going to criticize the government or put them in the dock or hold Mr. Adani accountable for all the misdeeds that he's doing, we will continue to do that. And to the one point that Mr. Kohli made in the next 10 seconds, I simply want to say whether it's Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, Telangana, Mizoram, you are facing a rout. You will be given a run for your money and for your votes. So don't sit here on your high pulpit and tell us what we should be doing.
We'll come to that during our exit poll and on the 3rd of December.
So learn some lessons, get some humility and stop snooping.
Start snooping? I thought you said stop snooping. Don't start snooping. We don't want Mr. Kohli
The only humility that's needed is in the arrogance that's coming from the other side.
I said stop snooping.
No, but Mr. Kohli, in conclusion...
No, you kept telling how you're a lawyer and your arguments are so good. I thought I had to retort with equal fervor, if not better.
No, but Mr. Kohli, the fact is that several people in government and outside, when they are calling, they're calling either on FaceTime or on WhatsApp. Many I've seen have gone back to older version. Have gone back to older version phones. They're not using high-end. I'm asking the same question. No, one second. I've understood your question. I'm asking the same. Supriya ji, I'm also out of time. I have a very important guest on the other half. I'm out of time.
You are not speaking to people other than WhatsApp or on FaceTime.
Ma'am, I'm out of time. Ma'am, I'm out of time.
Because everybody believes the big boss.
So let me ask. Let me ask that question to Nalin Kohli. Nalin Kohli, most people in government when they are calling, most senior bureaucrats as well, are using FaceTime, are using WhatsApp calling. They're not using the traditional phone in the way that they would. Now, their concern could be that maybe some international state actors doing it, whatever, or maybe they're worried about what's happening internally. We don't know that. But the fact is they're moving away. And all of this would lead people to wonder, क्या दाल में वाकई में कुछ काला है? Nalin Kohli, final words.
Just two things, Rahul. The first is that obviously if they receive emails, they're going to expect the government to do something and the government is doing it. But you don't begin by saying the government has done it. On what basis have they said the government has done it? What is the evidence that they say that government of India has done this? There is no evidence. It's just their own desire to run down the Modi government, period. And now let me answer the second part of your question. I don't use FaceTime. I don't even have an Apple. I use a normal Android phone. I call normal. I call WhatsApp also when the normal call doesn't get through because data sometimes works better. Sometimes data doesn't work better. So I call normal. I don't understand what the paranoia is. If somebody wants to be paranoid, you can also be paranoid sleeping in the house, thinking the fan will fall on you. That is up to you. I'm not here to solve people's paranoia.
Okay.
In my life, there is no FaceTime. Period.
Okay, so we've heard from the BJP, we've heard from the Congress.
Thank you.
On the show. Rahul, 1 second.
I'm out of time, Supriya, I'm out of time, so you need to make it very quick.
I challenge all three of us to open our phones and put out the logs. Not one person is speaking on open lines today because people are scared, including my friends within the BJP. They don't want to talk on open lines because they know that they are being snooped upon. There is a fear in this country. They believe somebody is listening. That's the kind of environment the BJP has created. Let's open our logs and let's show the people we are talking to and which lines are we talking on.
Okay.
Mr. Kohli may be an exception.